Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a very interesting report to share with you guys today, and that is this. A new bill out of South Carolina makes a crime out of vaccine status. What exactly does that mean? Well, before I get into the report, I just want to remind you, please make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. YouTube has been removing people en masse. Not only that, but also check out my partner at hidewithlisa.com. If you guys don't have a VPN, now is the time to get one, especially in light of everything that's going on and all of these companies watching what you do over the internet. Check out hidewithlisa.com right now and get a 30-day free trial. All right, so what exactly is going on over in South Carolina with this new bill that makes a crime out of your vaccine status? Well, take a look at where I found it on foxcarolina.com, and here's what it says. Newly proposed South Carolina law would make it a crime to ask about your vaccine status, and you can see this is a very recent article, January 25th, 2022, but the article states this. A newly proposed law in South Carolina State House would make it a criminal offense for your employer or anyone to ask about your vaccine status. Under the new proposed law, even just asking if someone is vaccinated could be considered a misdemeanor crime. It's something those who are for it are calling the Don't Ask bill. The government has no place in making you or telling you to take the vaccine or threatening your livelihood if you don't, said Upstate Representative William Bill Chumley, who is a Republican, one of the co-sponsors of the bill. House Bill H 4848 now heads to committee after being filed just days ago. Now, here's the actual bill, so you can see the verbiage for yourself here, and here it is. House Resolution Bill 4848, and you can see some of the sponsors there to the bill, one of those being Chumley, but the bill goes on to state this in the actual verbiage of it, and here's what it says. To amend the Code of Laws of South Carolina 1976 by adding Section 442956 so as to establish criminal liability in certain circumstances for inquiring about another person's COVID-19 vaccination status. It goes on, Section 4429-56, notwithstanding another provision of law to the contrary, any employee, officer, agent, or other representative of a public, nonprofit, or private entity who inquires about the COVID-19 vaccine status of any student, employee, member, or anyone else seeking admission on the entity's premise is guilty of a misdemeanor and upon conviction must be fined not more than $14,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. So this resolution is very clear on a couple of things. Don't inquire about a person's vaccine status. If you do, and you're an employee, an officer, a representative of some sort, then you can be fined up to $14,000 and or imprisoned for up to a year. Now, this obviously has its good side because it's nobody's business what the heck your vaccine status is. However, I think a few things need to be clarified. If you're having a conversation with a friend and you inquire if they're vaccinated or not, you should not be fined for that. This is a discussion between friends, and I'm sure that's not what they're going after. However, it would be nice to clarify if you're just in discussion with friends, or obviously if you're in discussion with a medical professional, your information is supposed to be between you and your doctor. But either way, excuse me, this is a move in the right direction, assuming they add a little bit of verbiage on that to clarify, because this is one thing that I think can combat what the federal government is constantly trying to do, and that is forcing someone to do something to their body against their will when that information should be solely kept between them and their doctor or whoever else they want to share it to. It's their information, their medical history. It is up to the person. So this would completely obliterate and stop any future mandates, at least in the state of South Carolina. So wanted to bring you the good information on that. Of course, it's got its plus and negatives on that as well, but I think it's a step in the right direction. But with that, we have governors, like Democrat governors, who are constantly saying, we don't care what the court says, we're going to do what we got to do. And I'm talking specifically about New York. Take a look at this article on foxnews.com. New York claims that mask mandate is still in place, even amid the appeal despite judge's orders. A judge has ruled that Governor Hochul's administration did not have the power to issue a mandate. Now, she has decided to go against the court and say, screw the court order, just forget about it. We're going to go ahead and issue this mandate for mask anyhow. This is the kind of power trip that Democrat governors are on, and quite frankly is what some of these Republican leaders, governors and representatives and congressional leaders are trying to stop. There is a power trip by the liberals. There is a power trip by the Democratic Party, who doesn't care what happens and is going about and doing things regardless to even what the court has ruled. She's literally out there saying, it doesn't matter, these mandates or whatever, what the court says, you're going to do what I say and you're going to do it, period. Kind of sounds like she's taking her leadership skills from Joe Biden, who decided that he can unconstitutionally tell businesses to force their people to get vaccinated. Obviously, that was shut down by the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Thank God, because I can't even begin to imagine where we would be today. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.